With that said, our next speaker is Trina Fisher. Trina Fisher is the co-founder, rebrand strategist, and creative director of Left Right Labs, an award-winning brand strategy and creative agency for leaders who know exactly who they are and aren't afraid to show it. With 20 years of experience and over 100 brands launched, Trina has built a reputation for doing what most branding agencies won't, telling the truth. She doesn't chase trends and she doesn't do safe. She architects brands with soul, the kind that make people feel something before they've read a word. Her brand elevation and brand advantage framework helps established entrepreneurs and thought leaders align their positioning, presence, and profit so their brand finally matches their authority. It's the same methodology behind brand transformations for JJ Virgin, Lala Ali, W Corp, Pinnacle Global Network, Michael Prince Jackson's Hill Los Angeles Foundation, and the New York Ad Council. Trina's secret weapon? A rare blend of psychology, creativity, strategy, and the kind of candor most people save for their group chat. She doesn't just design what a brand looks like. She uncovers what it feels like, and then she makes sure every message, every visual, and every touch point reflects the leader behind it. Thank you, Trina.
Thank you so much, Dr. LaDonna. And I'm excited to be here today. I was chatting a little bit ago with Gail in one of the breakout rooms. And one of the questions that came up is, what is something that gets in the way of most people taking the next step to make a shift in their brand? And after 20 years of doing this and working with clients at all different levels, I really think the biggest thing that gets in people's way is the permission to be ourselves. And it doesn't matter how big the name is. It doesn't matter if you're Layla Ali. It doesn't matter if you're Trina Fisher and no one knows your name. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out. The thing that gets in the way of most brands is that permission to just fully be ourselves and to step in front of each other. And that's what really makes the emotional connection. So I want to share with you some business tricks we can use, right, to break that down. But I think it all ties back to that big idea of giving ourselves that permission to be ourselves. And that is what makes all the difference. So, I'm really focused on helping people build the brand they're meant to lead. Because as you start out, especially if you're a business, let's say you've been around 8, 10, 20, some of my clients have had their companies 30 plus years, you're going to go through evolutions as you go. And that's not something that you should resist. It's really something you should enjoy and you should embrace it, because that means that you're growing and hopefully your audience is growing with you. And so for me, I think it's really important to think about that. What I believe is that as thought leaders, as visionaries, that you all have this incredible platform. You really have this opportunity to impact people for good. And it's done through you as a person, as an individual. And what I've seen over the years is there's really kind of 3 key ways that we can help dial this in for people. And elevating your brand really boils down to getting clear, getting noticed, and getting paid. So you might want to have your little screenshot fingers ready, because I'm going to show you a couple charts here that will help you think through this. But first of all, I want to say that elevating your brand, it doesn't happen on accident. This is something that is really intentional, that as you go through the years, as you're making shifts, that you're really putting information in front of people in a way that shows all of who you are and says, love me or leave me, because that means the people that you're meant to connect with are going to be the ones that stick around. And so when we think of kind of the 3 key steps that build the strongest brands, it really starts by getting clear. And this is clarifying, what is that distinct position that you own that's letting you build that strong foundation? Sometimes it's getting your offers dialed in. It's having the right products. It's having the right pricing so that you're putting it in front of the right people. And this is one of the pieces that a lot of times we do once and then we forget to come back to. Where most of us want to play is in this area of getting noticed. We want to create be instantly recognized. We want to have ways to connect with people. We want to be on stages. This is phenomenal. And getting noticed, the way we think about it, is really tying all those different touch points in your brand together and bringing your brand to life in a way that people can't ignore. And getting paid is this third pillar that we help people with. It's really strategizing with your team. How do you roll out your brand? If you're making changes and you're having a pivot, how do you do that in a way that people can accept, that is really efficient for you, that maximizes your profit? And so I want you to think about this almost like a combination lock. As I mentioned, a lot of people, they want to play over here. They want to get noticed, and that's awesome. But if we stay here and we only want to get noticed, then we're not actually going to get the benefit of what happens when we go back to getting clear. When we get clear, here's how all the steps that happen when you go through getting clear, getting noticed, and getting paid. But when we get clear, when we stay right here, this means that we can dial in our brand personality. We have a signature framework. I'm showing you mine right now. I help people get clear, get noticed, and get paid. When you have something like this, you can have a conversation around. This becomes the chapters in your book. This becomes the steps that you share in your sales conversations. This becomes the things you share from stage. And if any of you are like me, even though there's 3 steps under here, honey, I have at least 3 more steps under each of these sections, right? There's all these different ways that we can break that down. But I think regardless of what stage you are in your business, this is the thing that most people don't come back to and evaluate often enough. Because if you are different today than you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that means your brand personality is different. The way that you want to show up, the way that you speak, the way that you share your passion with your audience, all of that is different. That means that you've probably realigned things in your framework of how you want to connect with people, how you want to share what you do. Maybe some of the offers, this is a big one when we talk about permission to change. Maybe some of the offers that you have are things that you're just doing out of habit because you've had it for the last 10, 15 years. I want you right now to give yourself permission. If there are offers that you have in your business, but you inwardly groan anytime somebody wants to take you up on that offer, they want to do that work with you, you need to take it off of your website right now. You need to take it out of your brochures right now. That is not something that you should be spending time on, because you should be waking up every day excited to do the work that you're called to do. You should be building that brand that you're meant to lead right now. And so one of the things that you can do when you're thinking about your signature framework and you're thinking about the offers that you have is making sure that it is something that lights you up first. A lot of branding agencies out there will talk about, okay, think of your ideal client and align your offers to them. And that's helpful. But when you get far enough in and you have a proven product, a proven offer, if you're not delivering on the thing that actually lights you up, your ideal clients are going to feel that. So I really want you to kind of step back and go, okay, is there any area in my business that I'm currently experiencing resistance around? Are there any offers that I have? Is there anything in the way I explain what I do that is tripping me up? Even though I've said it the same way for years, but just somewhere in my gut, I know that it's different. That's where we need to pause and go back and say, okay, this is my time to get clear. Because what happens is when you can wake up and you're in love with what you're doing every day, then it becomes so much easier to go, okay, who is my elevated audience now? Because even the people that you serve, if you've had your business, again, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, even the audience you serve is going to change. And so I want you to think right now about who's that elevated audience, the one that's ready for this version of you, the one that's ready for the next version of you, where you're wanting to go, the offers that you want to do, the deep work that you want to walk them through. Maybe the elevated price points that you have. That's the audience that you really need to be considering now. And so when you can come back and say, okay, I'm showing up with my full brand personality, I have my signature framework dialed in, and I know exactly who my elevated audience is, then that means that we're actually walking in congruence with our brand. So when we can come back to this piece here, getting clear, then it's so much easier to get noticed because I know who I am when I've gotten clear. And so now when I'm going back to getting noticed and I'm updating my website or my landing pages or whatever else it may be, my speech that I say from stage, now my voice is magnetic because it's aligned with what I'm really interested in doing. Now I can align the visuals to be something that represent who I am today and, most importantly, who your audience wants to be. It's thinking about them first, really being thoughtful about what they want to see reflected in themselves. And it makes it so much easier for your online presence to align when you know who you are today. And then it makes your money flow even easier. Your brand authority becomes congruent because it's showing up the same in every platform that you're on. It makes your offers even easier to dial in because you're excited to do them. And it really gives you that room to have visionary growth, to say, I know that I'm not getting in my way anymore. I'm not causing any of my own hurdles anymore because I'm fully aligned. And this is what allows us to leave a legacy with our brand and with our business, and to really make that impact that makes a difference in other people's lives. And so I have this really great tool. If you guys are interested in elevating your own brand, if you're really wanting to see what is tripping people up or where are my opportunities, I really want you guys to go to brandadvantage.ai/start. And this is a tool that we have created with our 20 years of award-winning brand strategy that will review your website. It will tell you what's working well. It will tell you where people are maybe getting confused and what blocks may be in the way. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to help you build the brand that you're meant to lead. Thank you so much.